are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Congrats on everything. I used receiving a lot of love for the series, well deserved. But yeah. My first question for you today is, Harry Sloane's like faces challenges specific to being like a black woman in the 1950s. How did you work with like the creative team to like ensure the authenticity and of these experiences, and what discussions did you bring to like the nuances to the story?
I mean, I have to really give it to our showrunner, Lee Eisenberg, and the writers, and our cultural consultant, Dr. Shamel Bell, because the collaboration in this was so beautiful. It was so open and wonderful. And just to have people constantly saying, like, does this feel right, does this feel true, and being able to dive into the minutia of what it was to be a black woman at this time, like how mothering would look like, how an interaction with your husband would look like, what that experience would be, and making sure that it felt right. I so appreciated that they wanted to hear my voice, and I in turn wanted to hear their ideas because they had great ideas. Like, this whole thing was their idea. And honestly, like, before working on this project, I didn't know specifically about the Sugar Hill neighborhood that was decimated by the Santa Monica freeway. I didn't know that part of history, even though I am familiar with the fact that many affluent African American neighborhoods have been decimated in the US. I did not know about this specific one. So to get to learn more about that, to learn that, like, this was where Hattie McDaniels was living, that Ray Charles had a house in this neighborhood, and this community banded together to fight against the Freeway Commission. And as well, Sugar Hill does not exist anymore, so we know who won that fight. Um, I just really appreciated that they really wanted to highlight this story and give so much nuance to Harriet, and to make sure that she was this fully realized human being. Like, I'm not off in some corner, just giving breath to some other person's story. Like, we see my character's internal life, and that was so important for her to feel real and for this to feel grounded and true.
Oh, okay, yeah, I feel you. How do you balance like portraying like the struggles faced by like a black woman in 1950s, and also like you also got like entertain the audience watching? Like, do you like struggle between that, or is it?
It's not a struggle to me, and I think it's not a struggle because we're not just showing the trauma of this period. We're also showing the joy, the light, which people had. And this is what people do, especially Black people. We seek joy, we seek light. We're not trying to stand in the darkness and, be unheard and unseen. Like, we're throwing block parties. We are expressing ourselves through music. We love to exist fully and brightly. And that was a huge component of what we wanted to capture with Harriet. Her love of music, her love of community. I love that scene when we do that massive block party for Charlie's homecoming. And I'm like, yes, like, this feels true to me because these were the stories that my mom would tell me of when she was a kid, and everyone would get together and just have cookouts and be with one another. And that's something we do that now. Like, like, this is what we do. We celebrate one another. We share our joys. We share our lives. So I am so happy that we capture the lows, yes, but we also capture the highs.
No, yeah, I was just gonna ask you that. If like if you could have like one theme song for Harriet, what theme song would it be?
Oh, what themes? I'm like, oh my gosh, what would be my theme song for Harriet? This is a great question. Okay, I think I'm like, it would have to be something upbeat because that's her. And it's like you're asked a question. I'm like, oh wait, what's the song? Probably, Okay, wait. I'm thinking Sam Cooke.
Okay.
I'm thinking, what is this song?
Is
Don't
it
kill me.
Cindy?
No, I'm like, don't kill me. Don't kill me. I'm like, it's gonna drive me crazy because it's not.
Are you talking about his most famous one, or are you talking about a different
No,
one?
I'm not talking about Change is
Oh,
Gonna Come. I'm
is it Send You, Darling? Yeah.
like, I mean, that's a great choice. But I was gonna say nothing can change this love
Oh,
of mine.
oh, okay.
Yes,
That's
yes. Even though you're like it's like you clearly have a great dude.
no. My last question for you before they kick me out of here, I want to know like if because like Harriet had like dope fashion, and everybody talks about it on social media. I want to know if you could bring back like one fashion item or trend from the 1950s. What would it be?
I mean, they had style, right? Like they were put together. I think I would just bring back the idea. And I mean, honestly, for them, the way they dressed in the 1950s, it wasn't just about style, it was about safety, because there was a safety in looking stylish, there was a safety in looking put together. Like that meant you could feel good about yourself, but that also no one could put you down or look down upon you because you were well dressed. Your shoes were shined. The hem of your coat was perfectly aligned to the level it was meant to be. Like they were so well put together because you had to be. It was a form of resistance to fight back against the idea of what it was to be Black at the time. So it created this safety that, like, oh, I'm walking in this room looking better than you, but you, for some reason, think that you're superior to me. I don't think so. Like that is what I would bring back.
That's beautifully explained. I loved it. That's I know 1950s had style. 1950s, 60s they had style. But thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Congrats on everything. I know everybody wants you to win an Emmy for your role in this. I see it all over social media. So, oh, what would it mean for you if you got nominated for Emmy for this?
um Look, of course, recognition is incredibly meaningful, but more than that, that people get to watch this and feel seen and feel like our stories matter, that's the true gift.
Okay, yeah, I love that. Good. Well, appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.